Hey there and welcome back to Mirror's Edge. My name is Pete and today we complete my very first foray into the art of speedrunning. Mirror's Edge was the first game I played on this channel 10 years ago, and it seems only fair to revisit it now 10 years later. And not only for nostalgia's sake, we do actually have a little bit of work still left to do on our path towards full completion. The game's story mode may be done and all achievements related to it already unlocked, but we still have the speedrunning and time trial modes left, and both come with a small set of achievements of their own, so today we'll play through the individual chapters again, always with the goal of completing them as fast as possible, but definitely below the target times given on the right here. One last word of caution before we jump in: temper your expectations. Before making these videos, I had absolutely zero experience speedrunning. I practiced a lot, but I can pretty much guarantee that I will mess up here and there. In a sense, this whole speedrunning thing was actually very therapeutic for me, because I had to accept that for this video to ever see the light of day, it won't entirely be up to my perfectionist standards. Nonetheless, I hope you will enjoy it and perhaps even learn something for a run of your own. I have also spliced in the game's story mode cutscenes in between the levels, so the overall story is not lost on you. I think with this context, the events of the missions you'll see here today will make a lot more sense. And with that, let's get going. Let's complete some speedruns.
Once the city used to pulse with energy, dirty and dangerous, but alive and wonderful. Now, it's something else. The changes came slowly at first. Most didn't realize, or didn't care, and accepted them. They chose a comfortable life. Some didn't. And those who refused to conform were pushed to the sidelines, criminalized. They became our clients. We call ourselves runners. We exist on the edge, between the gloss and the reality. The mirror's edge. We keep out of trouble, out of sight, and the cops don't bother us. Runners see the city in a different way. We see the flow. Rooftops become pathways and conduits, possibilities, and routes to escape. The flow is what keeps us running, keeps us alive.
I'm sure the birds are real impressed, mate. But once you finish showing off, you think you might concentrate on some actual work? Get Celeste in position for a handoff. You need to get the delivery to her. She'll be near the communications tower ahead of you.
Alright, so far so good. Decently quick start here. By the way, I will mostly focus on how to complete the level as fast as possible, and not so much on the story points. I think those are fairly self-explanatory. After the double wall climb turn jump, we now jump out as far onto the pipe here as possible. This avoids parts of the much slower crawl across.
Nice work, Faith. You're making good time. Celeste's almost there. Just keep heading towards the comms tower. Give her the bag and she'll take it from there.
To make up some lost time, we can now go for what is arguably the most difficult jump in this mission, so we're using the runner reaction time slow-mo mode here to time it perfectly. This avoids having to climb up another pipe and gets us straight onto the other rooftop.
Wires are isn't about you, Faith. Sounds like some blues are headed your way. News chopper tipped them off.
Now, following our crawl through and eventual escape from this vent here, things get a bit tricky. We now need to string together 2 wall run turn jumps followed by a wall climb turn jump.
Just get the hell out of there.
And I forgot to coil over the railing here at the end, losing us a few tenths.
The fires are going crazy. Get out of there, Faith.
Back outside, we bypass the obstacles in front of us by just running past, the easiest way, I think.
Patching Celeste in. You there, Sal?
What the hell's happening? I can hear gunshots and that bird seems a little too curious.
Faith's on her way. Get your ass ready to move.
Nothing spectacular as we cross the rooftops here, just making sure we don't get stuck anywhere. Simple vaults, nothing fancy.
Blues ahead. You're gonna have to get through them.
Right, we've got company, and of course we have no time to dispatch of them. Here I lost a bit of time. It is actually possible to coil jump directly onto that grey box thingy, and I also lost some time here by not being brave enough to jump later. That way we could have landed right on the walkway.
Get to Celeste. There are more blues on the way.
Come on, Faith. CPF on you, tail. Hey, throw me the bag! Okay, I got it from here.
Okay, they're playing rough cell.
I'll be fine. Shit, get out of here!
A clumsy attempt at the side jump speed boost here, but we're almost done, and in good time too, unlocking our first achievement.
You gotta get off that roof, Faith. Don't care how you do it, just do it. This is meant to be a low-key job. Why the hell were they shooting? What did you do, Faith?
Nothing. They just opened fire.
Don't know what the hell's happening. I'll ask around. Get your ass back to base, Faith.
Say again, Officer Connors.
Going to see Pope. Robert Pope. Taking a statement on that break-in last week? Yeah, anyways, it's 56 West Arlen Drive. Tell Lieutenant Miller.
Copy that. I'll relay the message, Officer Connors.
Thanks. Connors out.
Hello, sis.
You there, kiddo?
Hey, Mark.
I bet you're listening to the chatter.
You know me.
We'll try and get some sleep. It's been a rough day. Gonna put the word out tomorrow. See why those blues got itchy trigger fingers. I'll drop by later, okay? And don't chuck that pizza. I like the toppings.
Matured. Yeah, I know. See you, Mark.
Shots fired. Repeat, shots fired. All units proceed to 56 West Arlen Drive immediately. Proceed with caution.
Kate! Where are you? Kate, where are you?
Hey,
Merc,
you off?
just get on comms and track me. Almost there.
Well, anytime you'd like to tell me where there is and what the hell you're doing, feel free.
It's my sister.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna see if I can figure out what's going on. Give me a sec.
Right, this time we start things off with a picture-perfect side jump boost. If you jump sideways and turn the camera in the direction you're jumping, you can immediately get up to top speed. If you just start running normally, it takes a few seconds to get there. Now, for this level, we follow the obvious route for the most part, although we take a shortcut via the billboard here.
Okay, Drake says there's been some heat on West Arlen. Pope's place. I guess that's where you're headed, but be careful. I'll tell him what's going on there.
This jump here, then the first small time saver. Not only did we avoid a slightly longer climb onto higher grounds, but we also landed on the railing, so we don't need to roll to break our fall, saving a bit of time.
You know he was running for mayor, right? Finally, someone who could actually make a difference in this place.
We're in the elevator now, a loading zone, so time has stopped, and we're about to have a short cutscene, during which time will of course also not progress.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even just a snack. The taste of New Eden. It's a little bit of paradise.
Kate?
What are you doing here?
What happened? Did you?
No! You don't recognize him?
Should I?
It's Robert. Robert Pope, friend of Dad's.
Shit, that Pope.
He called me. We hadn't talked much since I joined up. He had a break-in last week. He's still a campaigner. Don't you read the news?
It's not news anymore. It's advertising.
He was running for mayor.
So the break-in must have really spooked him then.
That's what I thought. But it was odd. He told me about the break-in, asked me to come, then asked after you.
Really? I haven't seen him for at least 10 years.
Anyway, he was alive when I got here. Just sitting at his desk, writing. Everything went black. When I came to, he'd been shot. And I'm pretty sure it was with my gun. There was a book on the desk, a diary. It was gone. I'm sure there was someone else in the building. Left my radio in the car, haven't had time to phone it in.
Come on, come with me. I'll take you somewhere safe.
This isn't the time to run. I'm not like you. Running will just make me look guilty.
You think this was an accident, Kate? There are no accidents in this city. Someone wanted him dead and wanted you to take the fall.
Help me, Effie, please. You've got contacts. There's gotta be more to this. Something he knew. Something he wanted to tell me.
I can't get involved in this, Kate. You know what I do. I just can't.
Blue's incoming, Faith. You might want to be outgoing right about, now.
I'll see what I can do.
If this goes down badly, find Lieutenant Miller, my superior. Take anything you find to him.
I'm serious, Faith. Remember, they're not playing nice. Get out of there.
Now go! And Faith, thank you. Shit!
Get out of that building, Faith. Move.
Now, while you can actually take a shortcut through the room the cops come from, that's highly risky, so we're taking a slightly slower path.
Squad's swarming on you, Faith. Find a way out of there.
We want to carefully climb onto the display case here, then a wall run turn jump gets us onto higher ground and almost to safety.
An exit through the accounting office.
Here we can simply wall climb, but it's not really any faster to wall run turn jump from the other side, and we'll need the wall run turn jump in this next room here anyway to get to the beam and into the vent. Inside here we can't really go any faster. We do want to be careful though to roll at the end of both drops here to avoid wasting time. Eventually then it's out the door and onto the roof for some sliding action. We want to aim to go as far to the left as possible without hitting the small roof corner. That way we can shave a couple of tenths off of our time. To get back down then, we don't actually need to jump and can just drop, although in the grand scheme of things it probably doesn't make much of a difference.
That bird ain't playing around. Get your ass to the CEC news building. I'm finding you a way out.
The rest of the way is really not too difficult in this level. We can just vault over obstacles as they present themselves, and here we want to angle ourselves to the right so that we don't end up in a time-consuming heavy landing and can instead just keep running. Since we don't need to grab any runnerbacks, the fastest way onwards is a wall run turn jump onto the swinging bar, and then a few more similar moves to go along the exterior ventilation here and get onto the next roof. The easiest way onwards here is to just vault over pipe and fence, and then for the jump across, we want to go from slightly to the right of the springboard to land on the flower beds without the need for a roll. Messed up the jump kick here, but the real difficult part comes now. We've got 3 heavily armed enemies, and we want to go right through, or rather above them. Reaction time comes in handy here to ensure that we safely make it into the elevator. Slightly over 3 minutes is a pretty decent time at this point. We're not abusing any glitches to skip larger sections of the map, and in total the goal here is to finish in around 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can breathe out. Damn, what a mess. Can't believe Pope's gone. Shit, man, this damn city. So you know him, huh? Well, you sure opened a can of worms on this one. Take the bridge across the avenue and head for Centurion Plaza. Picking up squad cars moving in on you. You ain't got much time.
Now, from here on out, it's actually pretty smooth sailing until the end. Not a lot of challenging jumps coming up, but as you can see, you can also mess up the easy ones. For the rest of the way, we're pretty much just running, not a lot that you can do wrong there.
You gotta push through to the plaza, Faith. There's a route through the tunnels ahead.
So, into the subway tunnels we go. We want to turn left here, the other path is a dead end.
Get some air in your lungs and run.
And we're actually moving so quick that Merc's voice line gets cut off.
You don't want to know what's behind you, Faith. Just keep running.
Coming up, we now have two options, and we don't want to go left. The path ahead is faster.
Should be an exit off the rail overpass in the plaza ahead. Krieg's heading to the other side to get you out. Blue's up ahead. Be careful.
Up next, we'll encounter some more enemies, but these are the basic versions, not too dangerous in limited numbers, so we can run right past.
Head up onto the rail overpass. It's the only way through.
And to get up there, we now springboard off of this bench, climb up the wall here, and go up the unfortunately rather slow ladder.
You've almost lost him. Patching Krieg in. Faith, let's get you out of here.
You can save a bit of time vaulting up the last few feet off of the ladder. I messed up the timing, but nonetheless, we're in the clear, and achievement number 2 unlocks.
You okay? Come on.
You did good, Faith. No word on what's got the Blues so trigger happy, but I'll keep on it. And, don't worry about your sis, okay? We'll fix it.
What the hell, Merc?
Something's got somebody rattled, kiddo. I don't know what it is, but they're mighty jittery. Hey, Sal.
Take long to lose him?
Nah, those Blues can't move for shit. They've gotten a little gun happy, though.
Wires are fizzing about Pope's murder. Blue traffic is up. Way up. Don't know what's got into them. Must be contract renewal time. Be careful out there, Sal.
So why all the heat?
Our girl's been lifting evidence from a crime scene. Now every cop in the city seems to be after her.
That the evidence you lifted?
Yeah, I think it's from a diary. Rest of it was gone. All I can make out are Icarus, maybe, and to the highest.
Icarus. Wasn't he the Greek guy?
Yeah, his dad made him some wings out of feathers and wax. Then the boy flew too close to the sun. And psst, no more wings, no more Icarus. If anyone's heard anything, then you know who it'll be, Faith.
Yeah?
I know he ain't a runner anymore, but he's got contacts. You can't avoid him forever.
Wanna bet?
Who?
Jackknife.
Drake's got a location on Jackknife. He's on some rooftops at the old runner training ground near the storm drains. Route's crawling with Blues, though. You can follow the canals to the Hampton Town District. Get going.
And we get going with what is probably the most difficult jump right at the start. Reaction time allows us to use the trash can as a springboard to hop the fence, saving us a good 20 to 30 seconds compared to the intended path.
Chopper spotted you. Make a run for it.
Now we just run as the gunfire commences. For the first section we stay left to avoid any obstacles along the path. On the next corner to the right though we want to switch sides. There we go. This point here is likely the best spot to get across, as you can carry a lot of momentum with you without having to make a hard turn.
Get out of those canals, Faith. Maintenance access points nearby. I'll find you a new route.
Now, we're making good time in what is by far the longest of the game's 9 chapters. Our first reference point is coming up shortly though. A valve we need to turn, and we want to reach it before the 1 minute mark. With the steam in our path cleared, we can springboard up the pipe here, climb up a little bit, and then immediately double jump to the pipe on the far right. On this one, we don't want to climb up too high though, otherwise we'll get a slower animation squeezing into the vents. As you can see though, we timed it just right.
Got you surrounded, Faith. Get yourself into the storm drains.
And our descent into the storm drains is the second big time saver of this mission. For now, we take the risk-free climb up the containers here, then jump onto the hanging platform, and now positioning is key. Moving around, we actually need to counter the platform's own rotation, but if we turn around and stand on the far right corner here, then this will happen. We can fall all the way to the bottom without taking as much as a single scratch. I think it's the fact that Faith herself does not actually carry any downward momentum on this platform, and therefore is not technically falling. Normally though, the game expects you to jump off of the platform and proceed on a much more tedious climb down here. Our next timing reference point is also coming up. There's really only one way to get there. Wall run, turn, jump, and then swing across. Our target is the button here, which stops the speedrun timer as soon as we press it. This is because the next section of the level, behind the door up ahead, is still loading, and the door will only open once it has finished doing so. The timer will then also only continue once the door has opened enough. We can actually squeeze underneath it a split second earlier though, saving a bit of time by moving before the timer restarts.
Got some great plans. Should be an exit on the other side. Looks pretty high up.
Another small shortcut here, passing by the ladder at the beginning to wall run up this platform, even though we also lose some time again by grabbing the railing too far over to the left. Once again then we jump to avoid some of the slow balancing.
Keep going. Don't think those blues won't come down here. Hey, get something on the wires. Shit. Looks like they anticipated you might tuck in here and send a sniper team ahead.
Now, just before that springboard we just did, you can actually perform a wall run jump to get to the level above us. It is pretty tricky though, and falling down would cost us a lot of time, so I decided not to risk it. Thanks to the two big time savers we already pulled off, we can probably take a retry or two, but I'd rather go 10 seconds slower and be safe than risk losing 20 or 30.
Take those snipers out or keep out of their way. Just get your ass through there.
And we'll opt for option number 2. A fight is entirely avoidable here, and even though we'll catch a bullet on our way onwards, we'll be able to break line of sight momentarily. By moving along the right side of the pillar here, we can block the sniper's view. The others won't be able to hit us either, since we're just too high up and moving too fast. 2 quick jumps towards the middle of the room and then a zipline, pretty much the intended path. There's not really any alternatives. We can save a bit of time though by crouching along the ledge here instead of slowly shimmying across.
You're inside. Get out of there, Faith.
After a mini loading freeze, we can now wall climb, grab the ledge and jump 1 level higher. There are faster ways to do this, but I cannot pull them off consistently. This actually also applies for this waterfall section here. If you time it perfectly, you can actually launch into a wall run across the gap right from the slide down, but I died more often than not in my test runs, so we're taking the slightly slower approach, still wall running, but after carefully making sure we're on the right spot. After pressing the button here, the timer then once again freezes. Now it's time to get back up, and I immediately messed up the jump here. And things don't get better, as Faith inexplicably runs right through the pipe we wanted to grab onto to climb up. So that's a couple of seconds lost, but it's all good, as long as we don't plummet to our death. This is, by the way, also why I have the small reticle in the center of the screen turned on. I had that off for my original playthrough 10 years ago for maximum difficulty, but without being able to aim precisely, this whole speedrunning project would have become a whole lot more frustrating for me. Now, just after passing the 5-minute mark, we reach another valve to turn, shutting off the flow of water up ahead and allowing us to safely get across. Once more, there aren't really that many tricks and shortcuts you can employ here. Our way up mostly follows the route the game intends you to use. Eventually then we reach another button to press. This one, however, does not stop the timer, even if we now have to wait for a little while as the crane raises up the platform from below. And as you have most likely guessed already, this platform is our way up and out of here, so let's jump onto it and prepare for more company as we approach the surface. This time our enemies are numerous and have shotguns, so time is of the essence for several reasons. The best way I've found to finish things quickly and safely is to break line of sight going across the containers here, then we can coil jump over the fence and go through the door into safety. An elevator waits right ahead of us. Pressing the button inside once again stops the clock.
Look, Jackknife may know something about Pope's murder, so don't let him wind you up, okay? He used to be a pretty decent runner. God knows who he's working for now.
Right, and we are indeed about to meet Jackknife next, just as we head out of the elevator and back onto the rooftop here. So, for the next 90 seconds or so, we'll just have to chase Jackknife. This chase is a sequence that you can technically fail if you're going too slow, but if you just follow the path he takes, it's really difficult to fall too far behind. Nonetheless, we of course want to avoid making stupid mistakes. This here the first of several time-wasting trip-ups I had during this section. I think the anxiety of getting closer to the end and not wanting to start over kind of got to me here. By the way, there are a few shortcuts that you can use to actually overtake Jackknife, but once again they are decently difficult to pull off, and since this is one of the faster-paced sections of the level, making a mistake could quickly end up being costly. This here then the second mistimed jump I had, losing us a few more seconds, but again, smaller mistakes like these do not really put you in any danger of having to start over. The game is very generous in that regard. Also, even if you manage to pull ahead, Jackknife will magically boost right back ahead of you just a few moments later.
Hey, you're losing him.
This here then another mistake. We should have either landed on top of the boxes or next to them, not right in front, triggering the climb-up animation. All in all, we are of course still nowhere near running the risk of not making the target time of 11 minutes, but add it all together and I think we can easily subtract at least 10 to 20 seconds from the final time for all of these smaller mishaps that happen throughout the level. Eventually then, the chase always ends the same way, with Jackknife reaching the elevator first and us having to go up in the other one. For what comes next, the timer is stopped. This is actually a cutscene, and now we need to find another way over to him.
Can you find another way through to him?
Now, since we're good on time, I want to try something here. The first attempt has Faith plummet to her death, unfortunately, but we respawn right where we left off, so we're not losing much, and if we pull this off with one of the next 2 or 3 attempts, we'll save so much time that it's probably still worth it. And there we go, made it on the second try, lovely. Now we want to aim for this bar on the scaffolding here to avoid having to climb up one level, and we can then quickly vault off of the ramp here and finish in well under 9 minutes, achievement number 3 unlocked.
I know what you're here for, Faithy.
Just tell me what Icarus has to do with Pope's murder, Jack.
I heard a cop did it.
You heard wrong, then.
You a fan of wrestling, Faith? Pope was a wrestling fan. He even employed an ex-wrestler to handle his security. Travis Burfield used to go by the name of Ropeburn.
Is this going somewhere?
Ropeburn? Well, he's really just a thug who got lucky. And sometimes people are too ignorant to see their place. Always want to swim in the big pond. Never see the bigger fish. If I were you, I'd start with that glorified slab of meat. Happy hunting, Faithy.
Listen, I don't know about going to Ropeburn straight away.
I'm not. I'm gonna see Miller.
Oh, Faith, what are you doing? You gonna tell him about Jackknife?
Not yet. He's still a cop, no matter what Kate says.
You see him?
Yeah. He's heading for his car. Lieutenant Miller? I'm Faith. Kate's sister?
She never mentioned a sister.
Yeah, well, we're not the mentioning kind. She told me to find you if things went bad.
She's been arrested. And you wouldn't be the suspect seen fleeing from the crime scene, would you?
Well now, it's difficult to recall with a gun in my face.
I know what you are.
You know it was a setup, right?
I know Kate wouldn't be capable of something like this. But my captain's asking some difficult questions, and I can't even get in to see her.
What do you know about something called Icarus?
Why?
It's mentioned on this. It was in Pope's hand. I think it's from his diary.
You took evidence.
Kate's the only family I have, Lieutenant. And Blues in jail don't last long. She goes down for this, it's a death sentence.
I won't stop you. I owe that much to Kate. But there are plenty of people who'll try. And I can't stop them either. You better learn how to run.
Running is what I do best.
Roburn's got an office at Seaburfield International Shipping near the Riding Park subway. Should be a sign on top of the building. It'll help guide you. Look, I saw Roburn wrestle once. Broke some poor bastard's arm, then headbutted the ref. So if this Roburn really is mixed up with Pope's murder and Kate's setup, then he sure won't be a talker. He'll be a fighter.
Alright then, let's get going with Chapter 3, in my opinion one of the easier levels, except for one section later on where we end up surrounded by enemies. We'll get to that though. For now we pull off the slightly faster jump onto and then back off of the pipe here. This is the one I mentioned earlier that can save you a bit of time. Wall climbing off of the box here also avoids having to go around the building. The rest of the route then remains fairly standard. Now for this next section here, you can actually pull off landing on that little wall box ahead of us here. That jump needs to be timed perfectly though, and you also need to immediately launch yourself into a wall run jump afterwards. With reaction time it's doable, but still I failed about half of the time I tried, and so eventually decided to just go with the easy path, slightly slower perhaps, but not by much. We go up the building and across the gap and then through the door. No shortcuts here. This is true for most of the early section of this level actually. How fast you reach the first checkpoint mostly depends on how smooth your run is, and not so much on finding time-saving alternatives. Nonetheless, I'll be the first to admit that smooth isn't exactly how I would describe this run so far. Missing the roll landing back there lost us a second or two, and then I also got confused looking for the path onwards. So all in all, as we climb into the ventilation here, we are probably a few seconds off of my ideal target time, but still in good shape overall.
I just do what I'm told, you know that? Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. I facilitate things. And I got more folks watching me than just you. And they wanted us to wrap her up all night with those blues. Yeah, so we don't look good for you and your little gang. Take that up with them. In a few days it'll all be over. Today's front page will be tomorrow's kitty litter. Come on! That runner won't last long. None of them will, right? The precious Project Icarus will be fine. 5 out of 5. Now don't get your panties in a bunch. Look, meet me at that new place on Reynolds Street tomorrow. 4 p.m., okay? Don't freak, they ain't finished building it yet. All quiet once you get above street level. See you there. And don't bring any of your friends. We good? Good. Anyways, I gotta get some chow. Brain like this don't hold up itself, you know.
So, Roburn did know something, huh? Wonder who he's meeting with. Get back here and we'll find a way to make you an invited guest. Hey, look sharp. I'm getting blue set for you. You must have triggered a silent alarm somewhere. Ass out now.
So, first time we get to use a gun in the game, and we're using it to blast open a quick exit, with a wall run turn jump and then another one soon after. No, this is not how you have to do it, I just messed up. We can swiftly get ourselves up to the top floor and then out. Shooting the door here, by the way, is actually a neat trick to save some time and preserve momentum. As you can see, we are also holding onto the weapon for just a little while longer because we have another door coming up. First of all though, we need to avoid the enemies bursting out of the doors here and not get disoriented by their flashbang grenades. Eventually we vault across the gap here, go underneath this thing, and we're almost in the clear. The angle here didn't quite work for shooting the door open, so we maybe lose a few tenths, and at this point we can also throw the gun away, we no longer need it. Now, the elevator here is broken, so the clock keeps ticking as its doors slowly open. Once we fit through, we just want to run forwards, not jump, that way we get down a little faster. While we do, we can also turn around already to jump off as soon as we reach the exit.
Drake's got a hideout up ahead. Head for the cranes and I'll update you when you get closer. Watch it, Faith. The Blues have a chopper incoming.
So, didn't take long to have company again. The fast way here is to climb up this grate and then go up to the rooftop. The game's intended path takes you all the way around to the right, which is of course much slower. Another small shortcut is to go to the back of the building here and wall run turn jump, then vault onto the box here and from there to the next roof. From here we just follow the path. As long as we keep moving, the chopper itself won't really do any serious damage.
Watch it, Blues up ahead. Looks like you're gonna have to fight.
And, well, fighting is the last thing we want to do. This is by far the riskiest section of the level, and we almost mess it up here, but we squeeze by the enemy, pull off the wall, run onto the pipe, and even though we take heavy damage, we make it to the top without dying. Doing this first try is probably one of the biggest time savers in the entire level. Additional seconds can be saved by going onto the next roof on the right here, but dying in this encounter will at least cost you 20 seconds per attempt, so this was extremely valuable. Up ahead then we find another elevator, time to catch our breath for the last section of the level. A time around 6 minutes 30 should still be very doable. After a few seconds the clock starts ticking again and we get moving. I have little doubts that we'll comfortably be able to make the 8-minute target time. I think a sub 6-minute run is actually also possible here, even following the same route I took. I think I was just a bit too sloppy and all of those small mistakes eventually add up. Now here, if you time it perfectly, you can actually jump all the way to the highest sun blinds, but that's very difficult, and if you fail, you might fall to your death, so we're taking the slightly slower path around, still faster than the game's intended route.
Should be some cover ahead, some scaffolding. Try and lose some of the heat in there.
And this rooftop is where you'd end up if you pull off the aforementioned jump, now into the scaffolding, where we immediately lose more time by missing a very easy wall run. This could have actually ended badly, we were hanging above open ground there, but luckily managed to get out with nothing more than a brief scare.
Shitload of Blues in the plaza. Go higher and get yourself out of there.
Now here's another shortcut I want to mention. After vaulting up this bit and the wall run turn jump, if you can preserve momentum and angle yourself to the right here, you can actually jump onto the scaffolding on the other side of the street below. Failing this jump will lose you plenty of time, so it's high risk, high reward, and even with reaction time I was not able to pull it off consistently. We lose a bit more time fighting here. Usually a single slide kick is enough to push this guy off.
Chopper's got a call from its mom. It's bugging out. Not for long, I'll bet.
Here we go then, final leg of the journey. We jump across, roll for the landing, and then climb onto the boxes here. You can also wall run turn jump earlier, it doesn't make much of a difference. Ignoring all gunfire, we climb up the crane, losing a split second trying to locate the ladder, but eventually we reach the top and can go for one of the more iconic jumps in the game. And with that, we're through. Achievement number 4 is unlocked.
Did you just do what I think you did? God damn it, girl. I just spilled my Joe all over the keyboard.
Hey, can you get a message to Miller? I need to see him again.
Sure.
I received your message.
I started looking into Ropeburn.
Why?
He's Travis Burfield, Pope's head of security.
You think he killed Pope?
Maybe. He sure as hell set Kate up. Wanted a cop to go down for it. And he wasn't alone. Heard him mention Project Icarus.
Burfield is dangerous, Faith. He's not someone you want to mess with.
He framed my sister.
I'm sorry, Faith.
For what?
For this. I don't want Kate to go down for this either. But we've got private firms muscling in on our districts. Bolstering city security, they call it. They're breathing down our necks, waiting for us to slip up. The only way they might go easy on us and easy on Kate is if I give them...
Me.
Yes.
All I care about is Kate. And for her sake, I'm gonna let you go. But if you pull a gun on me again, I will kill you. And right now, I think I'd be doing the city a favor. There's a bird going in the direction of Ropeburn's meeting.
You think it's Ropeburn's pal?
Maybe, but it looked like a CPF one to me. And how many other people can get their paws on a bird in this place?
Not many. Hey, you better get going if you want to catch them. You keep on street level 2. Blue's around.
Alright, chapter 4, and we begin with a massive time saver here. Wall run, turn jump over the electric fence, taking some damage but still getting across. The game's intended path takes a good 25 to 30 seconds longer. Through the hole in the fence and over to the other rooftop we go then. Dropping straight down to the door's level can kill you, so we just briefly bump on the ledge above and then drop down.
I'm looking at the plans for this place. It's a labyrinth. And quiet, too. No wonder Ropeburn picked it. But if there's a bird involved, I'm guessing they'll be near the roof. You're gonna need to find a way up.
And going up is our specialty. For now, though, we do so very slowly as we crawl along the vents. The next drop here is actually somewhat tricky. We want to fall straight down without grabbing onto any ledges.
You through yet?
Several ways to get up here. This one is a good mixture of easy and fast.
So that's a no, then.
Nonetheless, Merc does not seem pleased, so let's up the pace. No need for the ladder here, as you can wall climb all the way up this wall. A wall climb turn jump from the opposite wall is also possible, but it's very easy to accidentally get stuck to the ladder that way. The wall climb turn jump here is actually also somewhat tricky, as there are several pipes in this room that can bump you out of the animation. I pulled it off though, and so we can now clear the path onwards by turning the valve. Down and back up we go. Anything around 1:30 is a pretty good time at this point.
Miller? Shit.
Seriously?
Yeah. Should never have trusted a Blue. He's with Ropeburn. Bet he's up to his neck in this Icarus stuff. I'm heading up. See what I can find out about Pope and Kate.
Instead of going straight ahead, we just drop down and go back up on the other side here. I found that to be a slightly faster path.
If he sends you, we can both go to hell. No one threatens me.
Faith?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
And here we need to time the disarm just right, otherwise we'll get thrown off the building and need to repeat the entire sequence.
Better talk fast. I can see your hands starting to sweat. You said of Kate Connors, didn't you?
That little cop? Yeah.
Had to be a cop, right?
I don't mess in politics.
Who killed Pope? You?
No! I hired someone.
Who?
A professional. Meet them tomorrow, 2 p.m. 8 them in the mall, downtown. You'll recognize them.
Why were you with Miller?
You sure you want to know about that? Pull me up and I'll tell you.
Watch him, Faith.
Try anything. You're roadkill.
Sure.
Shit! Merc, someone's shooting. They got Ropeburn. What the?
Blue's about to crash the party, Faith. Get out of there.
So, interesting developments, to say the least. We now need to get out of here and quickly. We've got enemies waiting for us in the next room, but we can simply ignore them, run into the elevator and climb up out of it. A push of the button here triggers the emergency release. To prepare for the landing, we want to stand on this corner right here. Just before the elevator crashes to the ground, we can jump off from here, roll and continue running straight away. Timing the second roll here is a little tricky because it's so dark, so we lose a bit of time, but I think we can live with that.
Seems Jackknife was bang on the money about rope burn being behind this. Wonder who his professional is. I'm boosting your signal. Try and find a way through. Signal set. Seems you might be clear of the blues for now. Looks like the Riding Park subway stop's closed. Some kind of renovation work.
A very tricky shorter path is available here right next to the barbed wire fence. I prefer this one though, the time loss is perhaps 8 to 10 seconds.
Oh boy, blue's going into the subway. You gotta go deeper, Faith.
So, sounds like we'll have another fight coming up that could slow us down if I don't manage to do so myself beforehand with little errors like this one. Now, the first shutting gate here we absolutely need to pass before it closes. For the second one, we sadly have to wait until it's all the way shut, until we can press the button to make it open again. And during all of this, the clock unfortunately keeps ticking.
Blue's ahead trying to cut you off. Get ready to fight.
Now, instead of sliding down or running down the escalators, here is actually faster. And up next, we want to continue just running, using the pillars in the area to put some cover between us and the enemies. This won't prevent us from getting hit entirely, but it should ensure we reach the end of the section somewhat safely. You can also get stuck on small bumps in the rail track here, but we can make up for lost time by wall climb turn jumping onto the beam, crouching across and quickly making it to safety. At this point, you can actually just drop down from the wall run. We meanwhile swing across, climb back up on the other side and wall run once more. Eventually both paths end up in front of this door here, and roughly in the same time too. Now comes the part that I had the most trouble with in this entire video, pulling off a wall climb turn jump over the fence here. If you can get this first try, it's a huge time saver compared to the longer way around, but in the end, considering how many attempts it took me, it probably does not contribute much to the final time anymore. In any case, eventually we reach the top, enter the maintenance room and press the emergency door override button. That opens up the path out of here back downstairs. We enter the subway tunnels and unfortunately we don't see a train coming. Timing is everything in this section.
Blue's getting close. Get moving, Faith. Losing your signal.
And because of the train arriving late, only now can we get moving. One swift sprint does get us all the way down the tunnel though, no need to wait for another train to pass. If you get lucky with the timing, this train passes by just as you enter the area, so you can start running immediately instead of having to wait. Now we're getting close to the end here as we pass the 5-minute mark. A sub 7-minute time should be our goal. Under 6 minutes without using glitches probably requires some advanced techniques that I am definitely not capable of. In this next room right here, we can shorten our stay by a few seconds by a wall running off of the platform here instead of going all the way to the back. This gets us swinging across and eventually to a button that briefly disables the vent turbines that we now need to go through. You can either slide underneath them or hop over. Going under was a bit more reliable for me in my test runs. For the grand finale, we are now going train riding. From here on out, we really have no influence on our time whatsoever. The trains move as fast as they do, and apart from dodging some obstacles here and there, there's not much we can do. Once you have jumped onto the second train then, what you can do is jump and turn in mid-air to fall flat on your back. This will protect against the higher beams, but you'll still take damage from everything else if you do this in the middle of the train. That's perfectly fine though. Faith can take all the hits and won't die before the ride comes to an end. Once the train then brakes, we want to aim for the red sign here, our fastest way off and out.
Shit, the Blues are stopping trains in the tunnels now. There's a train coming behind you. Get the hell out of there. Nice work, kiddo. Real nice. If you get any more trouble, Colette's on a job near you. She'll help you out.
And there we go. That's chapter 4 done as well, and with that, half of the game already complete. I think we'll do the other half in a second video. For today, I hope you enjoyed my first experience speedrunning, and if you did, then I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing and want to support me and my channel further, then you can of course also go ahead and subscribe to stay up to date, grab some merch over on shop.petecomplete.com, or become a channel member or Patreon supporter. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.